Hi everyone, Patrick Lynch here with Trillium Health Solutions. I'm here to speak with you today about our Intra-Cell formula. So Intra-Cell is basically a formula that I use with my patients as well as educate people to use publicly to help go after co-infection categories. It does help the body address spirochetes, but basically Intra-Cell I is designed uh, to help the body go after Babesia, Bartonella, Ehrlichia, Tularemia, basically intracellular organisms as well as nematodes. Malarial type of organisms are intracellular organisms, organisms that can live inside and outside our red blood cells. They do other things like burrow into our tissues, burrow into our blood vessels, they get into our organs, and can basically get anywhere into the body. So a little bit about Intra-Cell. Symptomatically, what it can do for you is it can help lessen pain. It could also help with mental emotional challenges. It can help significantly reduce bipolar-like episodes. It can help calm the mind associated with depression, anxiety, insomnia, um, vertigo, psychosis are a little bit different, but it really does help with mental emotional challenges. So Intra-Cell I has 5 intracellular antibacterial, antiparasitic herbs. Very powerful herbs with a lot of biochemical properties that penetrate these red blood cells and go after the pathogens. Help the body go after the pathogens, I should say. So we have wormwood. We have two parts of the wormwood, the mugwort plant. We have Qinghao and Ai. Two parts are sure to get into the red blood cells. A lot of artemisinin in here. We have Cao. Cao is like a it's a plant that's very aromatic. It's also an anti-malarial, strong anti-malarial herb. We have red thorax root, chaihu. We've talked about chaihu in previous videos. Chaihu is very good for mental emotional support, mood disorders, depression, anxiety, bipolar-like symptoms. Can really significantly help reduce symptoms associated with those, as well as it's a strong anti-malarial, intracellular, antibacterial herb. And then we have Dingqiang. Dingqiang is clove, and Dingqiang is the Chinese name for clove. Clove is extremely aromatic. It also contains very powerful antimicrobial, antibacterial properties. It is considered an anti-malarial. Lumbricus, this is earthworm and 10 to 1 extract. So earthworm has more than just the lumbricus enzyme. It has serrapeptase, it has lumbrokinase. There are a lot of enzymes in whole herb form in lumbricus that are found very effective in reducing pains associated with neurological pains, uh, skin disorders, lung challenges. Lumbricus is used for a lot of things in this formula to help get to the pathogen and help moderate neurological symptoms. Safflower is also an excellent herb used for increasing circulation. Safflower, if you hold safflower herbs in your hand, it looks like a bunch of capillaries. And in Chinese medicine, safflower, which is called honghua in Chinese, honghua is used to dilate the capillaries and help increase circulation in the capillaries. So you would think that if these bugs, these pathogens, specifically what we're working with here, co-infections, if they want to assure their survival, they're going to try to get as deep into the body as they can go. They're going to get into these capillaries. They're going to dig into the walls of the capillaries, and they're going to hide there, and they're going to hide from treatment. And they're just going to um, continue to proliferate and cause problems. So by taking safflower in this formula, it dilates the capillaries, it guides the antimicrobial herbs or the antimicrobial properties of the antimalarial herbs into the capillaries and helps the body go after these bugs into the capillaries and to the dark, hard to reach places in the body. So immature tangerine peel works in coordination, in conjunct with safflower and red sage root and magnolia root. All of these herbs, they work together. They're not just a bunch of herbs put in the formula to help one thing or another, but they all work synergistically together. Um, so immature tangerine peel, if you think about an immature tangerine, you think about an immature tangerine peel. They're green, they're more dense, they're more aromatic, they're more absorbent. Um, so the green tangerine peel is used to strip away mucous membranes, mucus layers. When we have these co-infections in capillaries and so forth, there's inflammation there. And when there's inflammation, there's mucus, there's stagnant fluids. And this green tangerine peel gets into these dilated blood vessels from the safflower and cleans out these stagnant fluids and exposes the pathogen for the wormwood and the tzalquo and the red thorax root and the clove properties, the biochemical properties of these antimicrobials to get in there and clean up the mess and help the body go after these pathogens. So safflower guiding to the capillaries, utilized with immature tangerine peel to draw out the stagnant fluids. And then we have dansen, which is red sage root, that invigorates circulation, helps move blood into these dilated capillaries. It helps invigorate the blood into these dilated capillaries and helps draw the biochemical properties of these 4 or 5 antimicrobial herbs to get in there and get the job done. Huopo in Chinese is magnolia bark. Magnolia bark is a herb that cleans up the mess, so to speak. So we have safflower to dilate the capillaries. We have red sage root to drive the blood into these capillaries with more vigor. We have immature tangerine peel to sweep away the old stagnant fluids. And then we have the antimicrobial herbs to get in there and clean up, so to speak. And then we have clean up by meaning help the body kill the pathogens that are exposed. And then we have magnolia bark, which is really absorbent, which helps clean up the mess of the toxins and the pathogens. And the biochemical properties of magnolia bark help draw the toxins into the lymphatic system and to help flush through the body. So this is the science behind Intra-Cell. This is Intra-Cell I. Intra-Cell I is used for about 8 weeks. Research shows that co-infections can develop resistance within an 8-week period of time. I like to say it's probably a good idea to rotate from Intra-Cell I to Intra-Cell II before 8 weeks is up, probably around 7.5 weeks. So around the 7.5 week mark, probably a good idea to consider rotating to Intra-Cell II. And Intra-Cell II has different antimalarial herbs with different biochemical properties that are antimalarial properties. So this helps offset the resistance of these pathogens so you can keep going after them. People who take antibiotics for intracellular antibiotics like rifampin, for example, the pathogen gets immune to rifampin. they become resistant to rifampin, and it doesn't work for them anymore, or not as much. And so in the antibiotic world, it's good to rotate antibiotics. Or in the herb world. So in the herb world, herbs, Chinese herbs, they're the real deal. These are food on steroids, and their biochemical properties are very powerful. Pharmaceutical medications are basically derived from biological uh, things in nature, like barks and leaves and twigs and roots and so forth. And these are roots, leaves, twigs, and flowers and so forth in herb form. And they are um, condensed into um, 10 to 1 extract ratios. So they're 10 times stronger than whole herb form. So these herbs are medicinal. They are Chinese medicine. They are very powerful formulas. They work. This is what I did when I combated Lyme disease, and I not only combated, but I'm completely through Lyme disease. I have patients who have been through Lyme disease. I am helping patients get through Lyme disease now. Everybody who grasps the protocol and gets on board and gets on it, they soon feel better. So I just like to encourage you to really understand the protocol. And if you have any questions, shoot me an email. I'd be glad to answer any questions. Other than that, have a great day. All right, take care.